What's interesting, Lindsay commented during we were talking about storytelling earlier. She mentioned like, how do you go through your story to allow space?
I remember John having a conversation with John about this, and he even simplified it further from what we do currently on the course. And he basically said, as a journalist, I want to know what you were doing before, what happened, and what are you doing now?
Mm.
So, if you break that down, life was normal. I was working for his company, and everything was going fine. And then I got made redundant, and then I had a major life event that happened, and then there'd be some narrative around that. And then what it meant for me was that I really, at this point in my life, decided to follow my heart, and and there'll be some narrative around why you've chosen the business idea that you've chosen. But essentially, it breaks down to three stages. What was happening before? What was the turning point, the catalyst? What was the event or series of events that happened, and then which led you to do what, and then what is it that you're doing now? That's to me is a really straightforward story arc, and that's a great place to begin. If you want to get good at, sort of telling that story, writing it down, saying it out loud, editing it, because when you say it out loud, it always sounds different. Editing it down from there, and then the more that you experiment with it, and it is a bit of a labor of love, but that process, don't skip the process of writing it down, saying it out loud, editing it, saying it out loud again, saying it in front of an audience after the next edit. An audience could be the cat, by the way, or it could be, friends, family. That's one of the wonderful thing about our Rebel courses, by the way. Open invitation to anybody. If you want to come and practice storytelling, get in touch with the team. Come and join us at an event. Come and tell your story. We love stories more than anything. We want to hear what your stories are, because every single person watching this has got a unique and interesting perspective on life, on business, and what you're currently having a go at doing. So we want to hear those stories. But that would be my thoughts on how to improve it. And then once you've got it to a point where it's nice and succinct, then you can start sprinkling the pixie dust over it and start
Yes.
using devices like suspense, or humor, or surprise, or using different language to describe the characters in the story, or and emotion is a good one. Like one of the best things I think about listening to a storyteller, watching a storyteller, is when their facial expressions and their body language match the emotions that they were experiencing at the time. It just really draws you into the story. So there's lots of devices available to you to make your story really compelling.